Every second, every minute, man, every second, every minute, man, every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it, man, I swear that she can get it. Say if you a bad bitch, put your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high. Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it, man, I swear that she can get it, man, I swear that she can get it. Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can.
What's up, y'all? Happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, June 27th, I believe. Hope you're having an amazing day. I am doing my usual wifely, momly duties, which is going to the grocery store. I'm at Stop and Shop. I'm gonna make some potato salad with some chicken thighs tonight. So I'm just running in to get what I need for the potato salad and a few extra things we need for the house. But you know, because I do these week in the life vlogs, a lot of times y'all probably like, yo, why is she forever, always, and forever? Always and forever. Why is she always in her car? Because a big part of my life is hitting the road and going to stores and having places to drive to. You know, it's just what it is. And I like for my week in the lives to actually mirror my real life. There's no capping going on over here. There's no me putting on for the camera. My life, as I always say to people, is the typical life of a mom and a wife. And it could be very mundane, and it gives Groundhog's Day, right? If you know, you know, as I always say. So I like for my vlogs to mirror that. Sometimes my life does have, you know, moments that make it a little more pizzazzy. Oh, sorry. Like this time last week, I was at a music industry event, so it gave something different. You know, when I'm in the studio, it gives something different. I'm trying to think what else. When I'm at family events or just, you know, doing little things, that's a part of my life as well. But the day-to-day, Sunday through Saturday type situation tends to be what it is, right? I'm working from home, you know, taking care of my son in the midst of all of that, you know, spending time with my husband, washing clothes, cooking meals, trying to keep the house as clean as I can, which is very hard to do with a 3-year-old, soon to be 3-year-old, I might add. Working my other job, which commences tomorrow. We start our summer session teaching dance classes tomorrow evening. So, you know, doing my artist ShayChannel stuff, right? Still got to sing and vlog and do different things to give content. You know, still working on the Move with Finesse side of things, choreographing. Maybe I'll let y'all into that, my process of choreographing. Maybe we'll do some of that this week. But yeah, so before I go into the store, you know, I always have these epiphanies. Well, not even, actually.
On the spaceship, now I'm a space cadet. Big white mansion in my habitat. Ain't like
5, 6, 7, 8. So today is Friday, the 30th of June, and I've been going through my bedroom and my son's bedroom to rid and get rid of all the things we don't use, we don't need, we've outgrown. And so that's what my whole afternoon has been about, from shoes to clothing to donate it. So, yep.
Straightening, yeah. Straightening, yeah. Don't not get strained but straightening.
This is the chaos when I'm working out on that bike right there, and I have this little one with me.
Every week you do this, but this week we're gonna start.
This is what he does each and every time, which is why I prefer to try to work out when he's sleeping, but it doesn't always happen that way. Sometimes you just got to get it in. So of course, before we leave the house and before we go upstairs and bathe so we can leave the house, this is what I have to clean up. Oh, the life of having a toddler! Okay, so before we turn in for the night, there's always a lot that goes into it. I cannot go to sleep unless I am dead tired to the world with dishes in the sink. This pot has to soak. That's what happens when you're boiling noodles for your son and you get caught up at work, because you know I work from home, and get caught up with artist stuff, and you burn the noodles and have to make another batch in a different pot. So that pot has to soak. The chaos. I have to put some dishes away tomorrow. And I make sure, you know, I kind of clean through everything before we go to sleep. Normally, if you catch certain clips like the one previous to this at some point in this vlog, my living room always looks like chaotic. But before we go to bed, we clean up all the toys, right? He's about to get in the bath and put everything where it belongs. Now, I spent good time mopping this floor yesterday just to find food and stains and stuff. So he was drinking his milk. We give him a chocolate milk that has lots of nutrients and vegetables and stuff in it. It sounds nasty, but it actually tastes really good. And so there's milk all over the sofa that I will clean on the floor. So I had to remop some spots, sweep every night. I sweep throughout the day. I do dishes throughout the day. Like, it's a whole thing. I be over. Yeah, y'all. So I always look crazy on this vlog. If you're new, welcome to I Am ShayChannel. This is a platform where, or a space I should say, where I don't put on for the masses. It is what it is. I give snippets and clips and footage of my life as a new artist who's a singer-songwriter, but who also is a wife and a mom who is predominantly with her child 24/7. I'm like a stay-at-home / work from home wife, and I work out of the home as well. My first part-time job, I teach dance a few nights out the week. And my second part-time job, I work remotely for a real estate team. And so yeah, it's a lot of work with that job throughout the day. And the nights that I teach dance, but I'm also an artist, a singer-songwriter. So I'm constantly having to plug away at that, write songs, create content, be very consistent, as well as a mom who's trying to get fit. So I'm working out, I'm spending time with my child, you know, spending time with my husband, spending time with family, trying to squeeze in time with friends. It's a whole thing. So that's kind of what my channel is about. Hopefully it is encouraging, inspirational, and gives you a quick break from your lives, your day-to-day lives, with just letting you know that I don't believe that we can have it all, if I'm keeping it real, but I believe that when we're doing things that are in the position of our purpose, that are very important, that are a part of our why and why God created us in the first place, that there is a necessary amount of time that we have to make for those things. And I don't always balance it amazingly well, but I try my best to devote time to everything. And of course, having my top priorities, which is being a mom and a wife and all of that, and God, spending time with him. I start my day off spending time with him most days. And so that's kind of just what I show, snippets of just that. And so what I was saying is, you know, and I probably need to do a better job of showing this. I'm looking into cameras, y'all, because, you know, on my iPhone, it's cool for now, but the quality is not amazing. And just to be able to capture certain things, as well as I need a tripod and all that kind of stuff, so you can see my day-to-day tasks better than me just holding my phone or positioning it a certain way. And so what I was saying is, at night before my son goes down for bed, you know, we clean the main floor. The second floor, we live in a 3-floor townhouse. The second floor of our townhouse is the main floor. It consists of our kitchen, a half bathroom, and our living room. So that's the space that we dwell in predominantly all day, every day. And so, you know, we allow for my son to, because he's not at the age where he, me not say that. He chooses to not really want to play in his room like that. We play in the room sometimes, but because we also use it as a second bed, like a guest bedroom, it's not, we need to set it up to just dedicate it to him. It's his room after all. But I digress. So we allow him to just wreak havoc and play on the main level in the living room. But every night, you know, before I go to sleep, unless I am dead tired to the world, before I go to sleep, you know, I wash all the dishes. I mean, pretty much I'm washing dishes throughout the day, but whatever dishes were in the sink from dinner or anything like that, I clean up all the dishes, put everything where it needs to be. And I sweep several times throughout the day. You know, these kids, they be crumb snatchers, y'all. So I'm sweeping throughout the day, constantly washing dishes throughout the day. And so I make sure that's clean, and then we put his toys away. Been trying to get him, you know, to understand the concept of cleanup. And every night we put all your toys away before we go upstairs to bed or before he gets in his bath. And so, yes, on nights when you're tired, baby, it's like, but I'm the kind of person, I just can't really go to sleep with my house in disarray, right? Everything has to be in its rightful place. I spent a lot of time mopping the floor yesterday. And of course, you know, I'm seeing droplets of chocolate milk on the floor. Like I said before, we do give him chocolate milk to help him with getting more nutrients in. My son is a very picky eater, and the older he's getting, the worse it's getting. And so to make sure that he's getting his vegetables and nutrients and minerals that he needs, you know, we do supplement them through chocolate milk at times. And so I'm seeing these droplets of chocolate milk all over the place. So I'm having to mop again those areas, sweep up again, all the things. Yesterday I went through all of my clothing and my son's clothing and bagged up everything that we don't wear, that we outgrew, more so things that he has outgrown and things that I haven't worn in years. It's like, girl, you haven't worn those shirts in years. You haven't worn those shorts in years. Or girl, we're trying to kind of move away from the booty shorts, donate them to somebody else, right? Who it may be a little more age appropriate for, right? So I went through everything, shoes, clothes, bagged all that stuff up, kind of did a deep cleaning in our bedroom. My husband in my bedroom takes a beating because I'm constantly cleaning the main floor all the time. Up here takes a beating. And so I needed to dedicate time to cleaning our room. And of course, if I'm gonna do that, then I need to clean our bathroom, throwing things away, purging things. So I spent like 7 hours doing that yesterday, which was a lot. But I got through it, thanks be to Jesus. And the first floor, when you first enter our home, I kind of leave that for my husband because I feel like he dwells in those spaces more and he works a lot, but I still believe we both work. So I still believe we both need to contribute towards some level of cleaning. I would say 80% of the cleaning of the home because I'm a stickler for certain things, but I do believe like the areas like where the garage is, you know, he dwells in these areas more than I do, right? So clean the entryway. Sometimes I'll be down there sweeping and mopping and cleaning the laundry room, which gets neglected as well. But I'm only down there to do laundry and to work out on my Peloton bike, right? So I kind of like try to leave that for my husband. But then if I'm keeping it real, I end up being the one to like clean it up, especially if we're going to have guests over. And so I'm just trying to get things together. You know, having a toddler and keeping your home clean is not that easy. You know, we're thankful for our home. And I always hear in my head, girl, to whom much is given, much is required. You all were blessed to move into this home, to purchase this home about almost 8 years ago. And so do all the things that you need to do to keep what you have in good standing. And it's difficult with a toddler. It's tiresome. It's frustrating because it's like I'm always cleaning, and at the same vein that I'm cleaning, things are getting messed up right away. But it's like it comes with the territory. You have a toddler. Girl, it is what it is. You're going to be cleaning all throughout the day, and it's best that you do it throughout the day, bless you, baby, so that it doesn't pile up, right? So it'd be a lot, but nothing that I can't handle, right? And so I need to do a better job. Hopefully in one of these upcoming vlogs, I'll be able to physically show you what my routine is, you know, with like cleaning, keeping the home as clean as I can keep it with an almost 3-year-old, right? And we do teach him to clean, and he'd be the first one trying to pull out the mop and the broom and the dustpan to help me, right? And I love that, right? Because even though sometimes it's annoying because I'm just trying to get things done, I do still appreciate it because it means that he's understanding more and more the concept of we clean up after ourselves, you know what I'm saying? And we clean up the mess. We don't just let things be. I grew up in a home with parents who were very anal about cleaning. I didn't grow up in a home that was messy, that was dirty, that was unsanitary. And I want the same for my child. I want him to grow up in a home where it is clean, it is sanitary, things are where they're supposed to be. There is some level of organization. And I want to get to the point where like my pantry and my closets is like organized, the mail is shredded. Like I want it to get to that part of that place, but I still have a few more steps before I can get there. But to the moms out there, I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? We do the best we can, and we do what we can as far as keeping our homes clean. And routine works well for me. I've always done well with a routine on a regular basis. And of course, it's great for children. So my son knows the routine, even though he is on a very different schedule than most children. It probably also is because of my lifestyle, right? My husband and my lifestyle. My husband's a fireman, so he lives half of his life at the firehouse where he sleeps there, works lots of hours, crazy hours, and comes in at crazy hours, right? Leaves the house at crazy hours, all of that. And for me, I've always been a night owl. I get the most amount of work and productivity done during the late night hours. And from the time that my son came home from the hospital, I felt like his natural time has kind of been that. And maybe because when I was pregnant with him, that was the hours that I kept and that I had. And so I didn't really feel the need or feel pressed to like get him on a traditional time schedule. But now I'm trying to wean him off of the crazy night owl schedule into more of a normal schedule, because we do want him to start preschool this year, if not this year, early next year. You know what I'm saying? And in order for that to happen, he would need to get his 12 hours of sleep during normal hours so that he can wake up and be refreshed to go to preschool. So, yeah, you know, but I'm not going to force that either, right? I've been praying like, Lord, show me when it is the best time for him to go, where to go. You know, I've been researching things, but I'm to the point in my life where I like to move where God tells me to move and where he leads and directs me to be. I don't just want to force things because that's what you're supposed to do. You know, they don't have to go to preschool. We teach our son at home, but it's more so for his socialization, right? That's why we kind of want him to go to preschool. So we're just trying to work out all the kinks and figure things out with that. And at the same time, follow the direction that I believe God is leading us to go in. But yeah, that's one thing with my parenting journey. I didn't feel pressed to do everything traditionally the way people do it. Once again, my name is Chanel, and I don't live my life based off of how everybody does things, right? That's always worked for me. But yeah, let me stop rambling and get this little boy in the bath, then get myself in the shower, get him down for bed, because I still have to choreograph a little bit tonight. Once again, I get my best work done during crazy hours. So once he's down for the count and sleeping, I'll be able to do my thing, and then start editing this vlog so that it's ready to go up this evening. I hope that y'all are enjoying these vlogs, y'all, because your girl be putting in work. I love to do it. I love to vlog. I love to edit, but it is very time consuming. So I'm enjoying it, which is why I'm doing it. But I also hope that y'all are enjoying it and you're getting to know me. Everything is thoughtful and represents me from the kind of music that I play. You know what I'm saying? I always end the vlogs off with my single, Do You Hear Me? Which is available on all digital streaming platforms. Got to put that out there. But I always start the vlog off and have in between the clips, you know, of music, mashups, types of music that I'm into, music that I believe y'all could rock with and vibe with. So it's a lot of thoughtful, strategic things that I put into these vlogs. So even though I think the longest vlog I did was like 40 something minutes, but even though most of my vlogs average between 15 to like 25 minutes, which seems very short, it's edited down from footage, right? And it's time consuming. And so I put a lot of love and energy into it, inviting you all into my life, into my world, for you to get a better picture of who I am before, even though nobody knows who I am like that, and my music is not in these streets heavy like that just yet. I still think it's cool for y'all to get to know me and vibe with me. And for us to kind of build this nice community, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, thank y'all so much for those of you who have subscribed. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Look at me stuttering. Please consider subscribing. That's a tongue twister. Because I have so much more to show. But at the same time, I want to normalize the mom, wife, working mom and wife life. Anyway, let me get off and get things together. So catch you in the next clip.
Every second, every minute, man, every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it, man, I swear that she can get it. Say if you a bad bitch, put your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high. Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it, man, I swear that she can get it, man, I swear that she can get it. Man, I swear. Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it, man, I swear that she can get it. Say if you a bad bitch, put your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high. Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it, man, I swear that she can get it, man, I swear that she can get it. Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can every second, every minute, man, I swear.
What's up, y'all? This will be my final clip for this week's Week in the Life vlog. I feel like I've had a lot of chit chats going on this week, but hey, sometimes it bees like that. What I wanted to talk about briefly was just how God truly answers prayers. He really does. And this is the ratchet side of me that I need to let go from, because some of my musical selections and dancing styles just don't always add up, right? But anyway, which is why I always feel the need to have a disclaimer out there. But what I do want to share, and I want y'all to take it seriously, is that God truly does answer prayers. For at least about, I would say, 2 to 3 months, I had been praying that God would allow me to add value in the professional spaces that I'm in. So whether that's my job being a dance teacher, or my job being a remote work from home, I don't even know what to call my title anymore, because it's gonna potentially be morphing into something else. But whether it's my remote job from home, for my bosses to be able to see the value that I bring to the table, and to be able to utilize me in the right respects. And I can honestly say with my remote job, it seems like, as I said, my position is going to be morphing into something quite similar but different. And just to see how even me filling in for a colleague this past week, my boss was able to see the value that I was able to bring to some of those tasks and to the table. And I had been praying about this, like I said, for about 2 to 3 months. Maybe it's fair to say about 2.5 months consistently, like every day, because I was feeling as though I wasn't really bringing in business the way that I wanted to. And in working in retail just a few short years ago, I understand how business is and how it works. And, you know, for anyone to, you know, really be able to have longevity in whatever that they're doing, you need to be able to bring in results, right? And that's always been a concern of mine. Like I said, working in retail, it was the pressure of making sales, making my goals, and God would always allow me, for the most part, to make my goals. It might have been only 1 month and 2 years that I fell slightly short, if that. And so I said, Lord, you know, please help me, show me how to bring business, how to add to this business, how to add value for my boss to see the value that I'm adding. And just to have a conversation the other day, and she's like, how I was very helpful, and how she's rethinking what my role should be. And, you know, like, she was really happy with my performance this past week covering for someone else. I was like, okay, Lord, like, I know that you hear me. I'm past, do you hear me, right? I know that you hear me. And I believe, and I know that I've been hearing you. And it's like, wow, it's just, and I find myself praying about the same things every day, if I'm being honest. And just relentlessly praying about these things and not feeling as if, or giving up because the results are not immediate, right? As we know, God works on his own timetable. So I just want to encourage you out there, whatever desires you have, whatever fears, anxieties, or worries that you may have, cast all of your cares on the Lord. He hears you, and he will always lead you in the right direction because he loves you. He loves me the way no one else ever could. And so don't ever, you know, even if you're not getting the immediate results, or you're not feeling as if your circumstances are changing as you want them to change, just know, keep praying, keep casting your cares upon him relentlessly. You will start to see a change for the better. Hold on, you know? So I just kind of wanted to leave you with that.
Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Lord, do you hear me? Can you hear me clearly? Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Lord, do you hear me? Can you hear me clearly? I am so confused and stressed, don't know what I'm gonna do. I tried to hit you on the main line, a lot to say, a lot that's on my mind. How am I here again? Deja vu, didn't learn from way back when. I need you to answer my cry. Please respond, Lord, hear